So some foolish ones among the people will now tell you that Muhammad is our witness. Are you kidding me? You even at home, your parents are outside doing something. They didn't even see what you are doing in the room. How can they bear witness to what you are doing? And now Muhammad, who has died 1,000 years ago, he should come and witness you now. Chapter 10, verse 46 to 48. It says, وَإِمَّا نُرِيَنَّكَ بَعْدَ الَّذِي نَئِدُهُمْ أَوْ نَتَوَفَّيَنَّكَ فَإِلَيْنَا مَرْجِعُهُمْ ثُمَّ اللَّهُ شَهِيدٌ عَلَى مَا يَفْعَلُونَ. Then he says what? وَلِكُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولٌ فَإِذَا جَاءَ رَسُولُهُمْ قُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْقِسْطِ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. Then he says, وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. This is what they ask. Now, if you want to understand the concept of these three verses, and whether we show you, Muhammad alayhi salam, as a messenger, some of what we promised them, because whatever God promised the people came from Muhammad as a messenger, he told the people, right? Now, or cause you to die, whether he dies, thus to us is their return. God will bring everyone to him. Then he says, then God is a witness to what they do, not Muhammad again, because after Muhammad is dead as a witness, as a prophet, chapter 33 verse 45, Ya ayyuhan nabi, we have sent you as a witness and a what? A missionary and a warner to your people, right? So he was a witness among them. So after he dies, he cannot witness whatever is happening after him. You get the point? So some foolish ones among the people will now tell you that Muhammad is our witness. Are you kidding me? You even at home, your parents are outside doing something. They didn't even see what you are doing in the room. How can they bear witness to what you are doing? And now Muhammad, who has died 1,000 years ago, he should come and witness you now. Using Wi-Fi mobile phone, he should come and witness you reading the Quran on the tablet. How can he be your witness? No. God is the one witnessing of what we do, not Muhammad. So now I'm going to show you the classification of the messengers coming after Muhammad alayhi salam. Then the verse 47 says, and for every nation is a messenger. Before Muhammad came, every nation was receiving messengers already. Now he is gone, every nation will still receive messenger, not prophet. Still, please listen to me carefully. I'm not saying prophet. Nabi is different title. I'm saying Rasul will still come. And I'm proving to you from the book of God. Unless you don't believe, then that's your problem. And for every nation is a Rasul. So listen carefully. So when their messenger comes, it will be settled between them in justice. And they will not be wronged. Now the people are telling the messenger, Muhammad, this is what they ask him. And they say, when is this promise if you should be truthful? Now, when we say promise, are we talking about the past or are we talking about the future? The verses started from verse 46 and told you, the Muhammad, that whether you die or whether you see what we promised them, to us is their return, and God will be the witness. So God is now witnessing whatever is happening on earth. Then God told him again, for every nation, that is after you are dead, for every nation is a messenger, not a prophet, a messenger. A messenger is somebody who confirms what God already brought as a book. Good. And they say, when is this promise, if you should rule? وَيَقُولُونَ مَتَى هَذَا الْوَعْدُ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. So now this is the prophecy of messengers coming to every nation. So to further explain this part to you, when you go to chapter 16 verse 89, to understand that Muhammad was among the Arabs as a witness, and he will bear witness against the Arabs at this time, not the Arabs of this time. The Arabs of this time also have messengers telling them what God says from the Quran, but they don't like it, they hate it. Similarly, they will stand in front of God to be judged with the people. So when you go to chapter 16 verse 89, this is what God told Muhammad as a messenger with his people. وَيَوْمَ نَبْعَثُ فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ شَهِيدًا عَلَيْهِمْ مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَجِئْنَا بِكَ شَهِيدًا عَلَى هَؤُلَاءِ. When we say هَؤُلَاء, this, something which you can see around you. هَؤُلَاء, your people. This, not ulaika. Ulaika is those. هَؤُلَاء is this. That is his people, who he can see. Then God says, وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبِيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً وَبِشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. You get the point? So God says, and the day when we will raise among every nation a witness from themselves over against them, and we will bring you as a witness over these, that is his people, the Arabs at the time, not Arabs of this time. Listen carefully. And we have revealed to you the book as a clarification for all things. وَنَزَّلْنَا عَلَيْكَ الْكِتَابَ تِبِيَانًا لِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ. The book is already a clarification for all things. Don't let any scholar tell you the Quran doesn't. Apart from the Quran, there is no other hadith given to the Prophet Muhammad or the messenger to give to you. So let's see the evidence. Chapter 45 verse 6 is simple. Chapter 45 verse 6. He received the Quran from God. This is what God says. Apart from the Quran being the hadith, you don't have any other hadith. He says, تِلْكَ آيَاتُ اللَّهِ نَتْلُوهَا عَلَيْكَ بِالْحَقِّ فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثٍ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ يُؤْمِنُونَ. This, tilka, when we say tilka, they are these, T-H-E-S-E, in plural form. These verses we are reading right now. These are the verses of God we recite to you, Muhammad, in truth. Alayka. It's taken to a second person pronoun. Then God now is asking, فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثٍ. Hadith, when you say hadith, is a narration, discussion, conversation, a talk, a story. فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثٍ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ. Listen carefully. After Allah wa ayatihi, and his verses, because he says وَتَمَّتْ كَلِمَةُ رَبِّكَ صِدْقًا وَعَدْلًا لَا مُبَدِّلَ لِكَلِمَاتِهِ. These are his verses. After his verses, will they believe? If you tell me you believe in Sahih Bukhari, you are a hypocrite. If you tell me you believe in Sahih Muslim, you are a hypocrite. If you tell me Jami or Tirmidhi, you are a hypocrite. Simple. There's no other definition for you. Wallahi lazim. God is asking a simple question. So in which hadith, after God and his verses, are you telling me Sahih Bukhari are the verses of God? Are you in your right senses? That garbages, they tell you your prophet slept with a 6-year-old girl, married a 6-year-old girl. You tell me that is the verses of God? Which of your scholars are saying that? Give me the chance to face him one-on-one. You stop laughing. With those foolishness, you say your prophet married a 6 years. Are you in your right senses? Come and open the Quran and show me where God told you this rubbish. How come your scholars are not following that sunnah? I don't see your scholars marrying 6-year-old girl. Which of them? Show me your top scholars who are marrying 6-year-old girl. If it's a sunnah, go and do it. Let's see. God gave you his book. فَبِأَيِّ حَدِيثِ بَعْدَ اللَّهِ وَآيَاتِهِ يُؤْمِنُونَ. You still reject it. Don't be surprised. قُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. It's not by force. But let me tell you one thing. You, the scholars out there who are just putting people astray, don't cross my path, whether face-to-face, whether online. Don't make mistake and cross my path, because I will humiliate you from head to toe. Because on that day, you have to prove to me where God gave you the authority to follow your hadith, the Sahih Bukhari. You prove to me that day. Huh? You prove to me. Am lakum sultanun mubin fa'atu bi kitabikum in kuntum sadiqun. You bring it, let's see. Bring your book which God gave you and told you Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl. Bring it and let's examine it. Now, when you go to chapter 17, verse 73, it's clear that after the Quran, God never gave Muhammad alayhi salam any other book. It's just clear. So let's see what God says. Chapter 17, verse 73. Wow, today I've taken a lot of time, almost 4 hours. That's a lot. Chapter 17, verse 73, it says, وَإِن كَادُوا لَيَفْتِنُونَكَ وَيَفْتِنُونَكَ عَنِ الَّذِي أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ لِتَفْتَرِيَ عَلَيْنَا غَيْرَهُ. Then he says, وَإِذًا لَاتَّخَذُوكَ خَلِيلًا. And indeed, they intended to what? Tempt you away. They almost tempt the Muhammad alayhi salam from what God has inspired to him. In order to what? لِتَفْتَرِيَ عَلَيْنَا غَيْرَهُ. When you say, he didn't say gairahima, he didn't give him Quran and Sunnah, he didn't give him Quran and Hadith, Sahih Bukhari, no? He gave him Quran, gairahu. Then he says what? لِتَفْتَرِيَ عَلَيْنَا غَيْرَهُ. So that they can take him as a close friend, Khalila. They wanted him to fabricate something else apart from the Quran. Just like this, hypocrites are giving you Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, apart from the Quran. Then now they will now tell you that if you don't believe the Quran and the jumbles or garbages they give you after the Quran, you are a disbeliever. Yes, I'm a disbeliever according to your religion, because it's not the religion of God. God never gave you a Sunni Islam. He never gave you Shia Islam. He didn't give you Tijaniya Islam. He didn't give you Ahmadiyya Islam. He gave you Islam. Only Al-Islam. Yes. He says, in the Lail Islam. So I follow the religion of God. The criteria of what defines a believer according to the Quran, you don't need to believe in Sahih Bukhari to be a true believer. Let's check. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنِينَ مُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهُ وَجِلَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ وَإِذَا تُلِيَتْ عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتُهُ زَادَتْهُمْ إِيمَانًا وَعَلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الْحَقُّ لَهُمْ دَرَجَاتٌ عِندَ رَبِّهِمْ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ وَرِزْقٌ كَرِيمٌ. Chapter 8, verse 2 to verse 4. Go and check the criteria of a true believer. You don't need to follow Sahih Bukhari to be a true believer. So if your scholar who is a Sunni, your scholar who is a Shia, your scholar who is Ahmadiyya is calling me a disbeliever, I need to sleep in peace and laugh. Because he needs the approval of Sahih Bukhari, and a person they even claim is or a Persian who the Prophet has no idea who that imposter is. And you even give him Imam. A title of Imam. Ladies and gentlemen, now when we say messengers, this is just a tip of the iceberg. I'm done with the official program itself, but I just give you, when you go to chapter 37, verse 7, that is Surah Al-Safat. When you go to chapter 37, verse 37, where it says, Balja